Hello students, very good morning to you. How are you? I hope you all okay. I'm very upset about you that the videos you are not watching properly because the views are coming very less in number. Means only 10 to 12 students are regularly watching the video and sending their homework. But rest of the students are not doing any effort. Dear students, please remember you are in board class and you have to give the result. Not to us but to yourself for making your future bright, making your parents proud of you. If you are not doing study in this time, then nothing can be happen. So please, it's my request to you, care for it and do your study properly. Okay, leave it. So let's continue our chapter 6 of class 12, that is molecular basis of inheritance. Today we will study about genetic code. In our last class, I have explained you about transcription in prokaryotes and in eukaryotes. As we know, after transcription, translation should be occur. But here why we are going to study about genetic code? What is the importance of genetic code to be known by you? Let's understand what is genetic code and what is its importance in the process of translation. Clear? We are not directly going to study about translation. Before studying translation, we are going to study about genetic code. So now let's understand what is genetic code. As we know that during a replication or during transcription, simply the DNA is get copied. But here the nucleic acids will be get converted into amino acids and the amino acids further combine to form protein, which will happen in case of translation. So nucleic acid will get converted into amino acid and they are further get converted into proteins. So how this protein or how different type of proteins are formed in different organisms, we will discuss about this. Means in genetic code we will understand that how the polymer of nucleotides to synthesize a polymer of amino acids. Next, polymer of nucleotide synthesized to form polymer of amino acids. So in genetic code, the base pairs are taken, means the base pairs of RNA are taken, means adenine, guanine, cytosine and uracil. As we are going to study about translation, so after this we will study about translation. So here the genetic code is made by using the base pairs of RNA. Base pairs of RNA. And they are adenine, AGCU. These base pairs will be used for making a genetic code. And this is not making a genetic code was not a simple task for scientists. For making genetic code, different type of scientists are involved and they do their best on the field of making genetic code. Suppose physics, chemist, organic chemist, genetist, different type of scientists who work on different field. They are able to create the genetic code by forming in a tabulation form. Means how different type of base pairs makes codon and how these codons form amino acids, then how these amino acids again form protein. So who are the scientists who are who work very hard to give the proposition of genetic code? Clear students? So let's discuss about the scientists. As I have told you, the scientists, some of the scientists who are involved, physics, biochemist, organic chemist, genetics. So I think you have have heard about Hargobind Khurana, Marshall Nirenberg and George Gamow. George Gamow is a physicist. Then Marshall Nirenberg is a biochemist or chemist. Then Hargobind Khurana, he also have a great contribution in making genetic code. So let's discuss about the scientists and their work. The scientists and their work. First, I am telling you about the physicist who is the physicist is George Gamow. George Gamow is the physicist. He said that as there are 4 bases or 4 base pairs, and the base are or the bases should be arranged in such a way that there are 20 amino acids. You know it. As we are revising the chapter, you already studied this chapter much earlier. So there are 4 bases and 20 amino acids. These 4 bases should be coded for these 20 amino acids. That's why the codon will be formed, must be a triplet. That's why if there are 4 bases, suppose adenine, A, G, C, U, these 4 bases, and they will be distributed among 20 amino acids. Clear? So how they are arranged? So here the physicist George Gamow said that the codon will be a triplet and they will arrange like this, means 4 to the power 3. And total number of codon will be formed is 64. And these 64 codons will code for different type of amino acids like your lysine, arginine, serine, histidine, proline, then aspartic acid and so on. 20 different type of amino acids are coded by these 64 codons. So the codon will be a triplet, means the codon will be arranged like A, G, C, A, G, U, A, U, C, A, U, G. In this way, we will I will show you through the table. You just simply remember which scientists do their work on which field. So here George Gamow is the scientist who is a physicist, and he said that as there are 4 bases or 4 base pairs and total 20 amino acids, so the codon must be a triplet. So he gave his theory as 4 to the power 3 means 64. He said that total number of codon will be formed is 64, and these 64 codons will code for different type of, means for 20 amino acids. This theory is given by George Gamow. Next one is chemical method, that is provided by Hargobind Khurana. Next, Hargobind Khurana, who is a Indian scientist. You must heard about Hargobind Khurana, who is the Indian scientist, and his main theory that he gave about that the homopolymers and copolymers are the combination of bases. Clear? Or the combination of bases are consist of homopolymers or copolymers. Homopolymers means having the same nucleotide chain or nucleotide bases, and copolymer means like complementarity. So this is given by Hargobind Khurana, who is a Indian scientist. Next, Marshall Nirenberg. Marshall Nirenberg. He was a biochemist. Biochemist means who gives the chemical nature of the protein or amino acid synthesis during translation. So he told that the protein synthesis help in the process of coding the sequence, means the protein synthesis depends upon the coding sequence. You will understand while I will teach you about translation. Means different type of proteins are formed by the combination of amino acids. So Marshall Nirenberg, who was a biochemist, he told that the proteins are the combination of different type of amino acids. Clear, students? So how this process helps us, or how we will able to understand this? You heard about Severo-Ochoa enzyme. Severo-Ochoa enzyme. Remember this Severo-Ochoa enzyme, which is a polynucleotide phosphorylase. Polynucleotide phosphorylase. Severo-Ochoa enzyme, which is a polynucleotide phosphorase, it was helpful in polymerizing the RNA. It helps in polymerization of RNA. As we know that when the protein synthesis mechanism starts or occurs, that will occur on RNA. So during this process, the enzyme involved is Severo-Ochoa enzyme or polynucleotide phosphorylase enzyme, which helps in the polymerization of RNA and helps in the defined sequence in a template strand. And helps in a defined sequence in a template strand. You just remember they are the theories given by 3 different scientists. This is just the introduction to genetic code. We are not still studied genetic code. I am just giving you the introduction about the scientists who are work for making the genetic code or the sequence of amino acids, how they make protein. So here some introduction for you. Now let's understand. By using these enzymes, they made a checkerboard. Means by the help of checkerboard. So now I am going to make that checkerboard, that you should understand what we are going to study. So the genetic code, I will not make the complete checkerboard, only 2 lines I will make. As you know that according to George Gamow, there are 64 codons. So let's make the 64 codons. No, we will not 64 codons, make 64 codons. We will just see. Suppose this is first. We will write here the first position. This is first position. In the second block, this is second position. This one is second position. And this one is third position. Now we will multiply the base pairs. Means we will take UCAG. UCAG. Here same UCAG. But here we will take the 4 codons in the same block UCAG. Same here also UCAG, UCAG, UCAG. Clear? So this will be multiplied with this and this, and right here U. Clear, students? So this U means the first position of the first block, the U is multiplied with this one and this one. Next we will multiply this U with this, or with this and with this. So we can write here UUC. Clear, students? UUC. Then we will multiply this with this, then with this, then UUA. Then this will be again multiplied with this and with the fourth one, that is UG. So on This should be again multiplied with this U, C, U, U, C, C, then U, C, A, U, C, G. They are multiplied with first position, second position, then all the 4 bases of the third position, like this. Then again this one will be multiplied with this U, A, U, U, A, C, U, A, U, A, G. Clear? Same, this one is also multiplied with A, G, U, A, G, C, sorry, U, G, U, U, G, C, U, G, A, U, G, G. Like this. Again the second one will be multiplied with this, then this. Then again multiplied with this. So these blocks can be filled, or we will see different type of codons. And all these codons are code for 20 amino acids. All these 64 codons code for amino acids. But it has some limitations. Means we will now study about the salient features of genetic code, in which we will know that what are the limitations during making a genetic code. Why a single amino acid can't be coded by many codons. What is the reason behind it? Clear? So now I think you understand this. This is not so much important, but just this will help you to know about the amino acid. Suppose, for example, U. This is code for phenylalanine. That's why in short we can write this as PHE. Again UUC also code for PHE, means phenylalanine. Then UA, that is for leucine, LEU. So on, we can write the amino acids that are coded by these codons. This is also in your NCERT book. You can write all the names of amino acids and make yourself the checkerboard and remember all the 20 type of amino acids. Now let's see the salient features of genetic code. The salient features of what is the salient features of genetic code? Means how a genetic code is consist of. First, the codon is triplet. The codon is triplet. Clear? 61 codons code for amino acids. 61 codons code for amino acids, out of which, means total number of amino acid is 64. So 61 codes for amino acid, whereas 3 are stop codons. This is the first salient feature. Clear? And stop codon means it will not code for any amino acid. It will not code for any amino acid. Their function is just to stop the process of translations. When translation will completed, these codons will come and stops the process of translation. That's why they are called as stop codons, and they are not coded for any amino acids. Clear? So they are also, these codes are also called degenerate code. Degenerate code. Do you know what is the meaning of degenerate code? If some amino acids are coded by more than many codons, they get degenerated. Means they will be not considered. That's why they are called as degenerate code. Clear? I am not writing more. So you can follow your NCERT book What do you mean by degenerate code? And I explained you. Next, while we are reading the codons on mRNA, there is no punctuation is used, means comma or full stop. No punctuation is used. No punctuation is used while writing the codons on mRNA. No punctuation means comma or full stop is not used. Clear? So that's why this is called as contiguous. Contiguous fashion means no comma and full stops are used. These are the salient features. And next, this is the genetic code is universal for all organisms, whether it is bacteria or human being. So we can say genetic code is universal for all organisms, whether it is bacteria or human being. This is the fourth salient feature. Fifth, AUG. AUG has dual function. AUG has dual function. Dual means double function. Means it codes, this question come in 2 marks question. This codes for the amino acid methionine. AUG acts as initiator means this starts the process of translation, as well as AUG initiator, or we can say this as start codon, and AUG also codes for the amino acid. It only codes for the amino acid methionine. Clear? So AUG, this point is most important among these points. AUG has dual function. First, it acts as the initiator codon or start codon, and second, it codes for the amino acid, that is methionine. Clear? And you have to remember the most important line, that who are the stop codons. As I have told you, 3 are stop codons. So what are these 3 stop codons? They are UAA, UAA, UAG, UAA, UAG, and UGA. These are stop codons, and they will not code for any amino acids. Not code for any amino acids. So this is the salient features of genetic code, and this is most important. This will come as 3 marks question. You should learn all these 6 points. This is also in your NCERT book. You can follow this, and you have to remember the dual function of AUG. And for today, this is all about your genetic code. In our next class, we will study about mutation.